I'd like people to tune in and say, wow, I never heard about that before.
Seattle's Morning News with Dave Ross.
Or, those hosts aren't robots. They sound like actual people that might be fun to talk to over coffee. Or especially when you say, wow, that Dave Ross sounds really tall.
Tomorrow morning, 5 to 9 on KIRO Radio 97.3 FM. Seattle's News. Seattle's Talk.
Tom, you were never a smoker, were you?
Never.
Cigarettes cost the average employer, if you're a smoker, not the cigarettes, but the smoker himself or herself costs the average employer $6,000 a year. So this number came out of Forbes. This is from 2013. They miss on average 9 days a year. They cost every day you miss costs your employer $341 if you're out. They tend to cost also, just as far as overall cost of additional health care to the employer, $2,056. You have a smoker, and some places when you apply for a job, they say, "Are you a smoker?" And they're allowed to discriminate against you if you smoke or not. They say,
Really?
"Sorry, we're not hiring smokers," because they don't want you taking the 15-minute breaks every once in a while. They don't want you adding to the burden of their health care costs, and they simply don't think that you'd be a good member of their team if you happen to be smoking. So what do you do about that? How do you stop somebody from a nasty habit like this that it costs the employer money? You could go out, head on out to your local e-cigarette store, Tom. Go in there and say, I want to buy 28 e-cigarettes. That's what Cheryl Dooley did. She's the CEO of Ebsco Spring Company there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and she has the great pleasure of being on the phone with us right now. Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. It's great to have you on the Tom and Curly Show. So we saw your story come up, and we thought, well, look at you going out and buying 28 e-cigarettes for all of your employees there. Oh, Cheryl, why'd you do it? Just between the two of us, why'd you do it?
Because I was able to quit
using
the e-cigarettes, and so these people, I wanted to give them the chance. If I'd smoked a long time. Mm-hmm. And it's so hard to do. So I told all the smokers here that if you want to try it, we are, not going to make you pay us back if you don't make it. But if you want to try, we'll buy them for you. So we, at that time, bought 28, I believe. And then later, I've bought more since then for, newcomers or something that want to try it. But it's been great.
So first of all, I want to clarify. It says that you bought $100 vaping devices. Is that different from an e-cigarette?
It's I don't know. They have ones that are just like a throwaway. That's not what we got. We got it has a battery.
Established at your desk.
These like
where
little
you can
wands.
use it over and over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
So are people sitting at their desk now, Cheryl, vaping?
There's probably only one office person that vapes, too. And most of it's in the factory.
Oh, okay. So these guys and gals are walking around in the factory vaping. So there's big puffs of this vaporized smoke there in the factory, and one guy or one gal sitting there in the office handling customer service vaping, right?
Right.
Yeah. And does anybody complain about it?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, so we imagine, because we've been doing a lot of stories on e-cigarettes, that the people that don't like e-cigarettes say that there's a flavor in the air of whatever they happen to be smoking. So you might have this overwhelming puff of peppermint smell coming at you or cinnamon smell. How is that the kind of vapor that that your employees are smoking? Is it something that actually is detectable by people that are just working in the factory or sitting in the office that aren't smoking?
No, you don't smell it. I don't know. I don't know about the flavors. I don't use the flavors. I know some people here do, but you see what looks like smoke, but it's vapor, and then it's gone. Mm-hmm. And it's your house doesn't stink. Your office, you don't stink.
So you look at this because you were a heavy duty smoker, and it caused you some health problems. You say, for my employees, I don't want them to suffer the same sort of thing I suffered, so I'm going to try to get them to break them of their smoking habit. I'm going to give them this instead, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
And can you tell, how long have you been doing this? Can you tell, is it working? Are people, the smokers, vaporizing now and smoking less?
Oh, yes. Huh. And not everybody quit completely. Some still smoke and they vape too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cut their smoking down considerably.
Are the vapor folks are considered cooler than the smoking folks?
We're just all cool here, so it's hard to determine who. I really don't know. I mean, I know that a lot of people quit,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel good about that.
Okay.
And it's. I mean, I'm talking to someone who tried to quit forever, me.
Yeah.
And if I could, my feeling was, if I could do this, anybody could. Let's give it a try.
And you attribute this e-cigarette, this vaping, to the thing that finally got you to be able to get rid of cigarettes.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And then do you think that by doing this, you are saving your company money in terms of health benefits and the like? Or is it just you're just a do-gooder approach? It helped me. I want to help my employees.
It's more the latter. Our health care costs are outrageous.
Yeah.
And it's not going to affect that much. Maybe, 10 years from now, we'll see a difference at the people that did quit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But, I mean, we just pay outrageous amounts of money in health care. So.
Wait till Obamacare kicks in, Cheryl. You'll be all right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well,
I figured I could get her on that. She's from Oklahoma, Tom. I don't think they're really much on that Obamacare stuff.
do you know what?
What, Cheryl?
I'm actually not against it. So.
Oh, good
All
for you. All right, good for
Take
you.
that, John.
Cheryl Dooley, thanks a lot. We appreciate your time
Thanks,
and
Cheryl.
what you've done for your employees. We'll check back and see how that works for you. Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Bye-bye. There
Bye-bye.
goes Cheryl Dooley. There she is. She's heading out. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The one, this is a horrible downside. Want to hear a horrible downside? Smokers tend to save you money in the long run.
Because they die earlier.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
With their pension.
I heard it's a balance.
Is it?
Yeah, it sort of evens out.
Yikes. Okay, you've got a little one at home, and you find yourself just constantly making nothing but macaroni and cheese.
Not even macaroni and cheese. Mac and cheese.
Mac
That
and cheese.
Day-glow mac and cheese that all parents are unfortunately familiar with.
Help is on the way, but it's going to cost you about $250 for an hour. We'll be right back.
Welcome to customer disservice to be cut off.